What killed a man who was as much as I was said to be made me little boy?
Die Wahrheit über der from the pit aber. The truth about theory of the male heir.
Stauffenberg was busy with telephoning the various army commands, and Haften informed me of what had happened, how they had thrown the bomb, and then he said Hitler's dead. And we really did believe it, because Stauffenberg then came in. We had a short talk with him. He was much too busy to give details. He said Hitler is dead, leave everything alone, and we'll see to what can be done.
What killed a man who was as much as I was said to be made me little boy?
Die Wahrheit über theory from the pit aber. The truth about theory of the male heir.
Oh, we see it, don't we? The excuses.
Heir.
Of what Remer Christopher and Ferdinando de Medici. Nothing in a large world where everything is known about everything.
We are selling this because we are moving. Or we are selling it because our daughter has left home.
Yeah.
But when you see an item, and you have to believe it, don't you, that says, we are selling this piano, which we bought recently, because we bought it thinking it was a baby grand, and found out that it wasn't. Well, they don't tell you that it found out that it wasn't, do they? I mean, any more than if you, for instance, weren't married,
Yeah.
and you had, for instance, born out of wedlock. Exactly.
Yeah.
What's it all about, Palfee? Is it just for the moment we live? What's it all about when you sort it out, Palfee? Are we meant to take more than we can give? Or are we meant to be kind? And if only fools are kind, Palfee, then I guess to be cruel.
If you would more likely tell them that this grand would befit any home. Doing nothing was how they conceded victory. Otto Ernst Remer, es wird Bericht gemacht 1932 in 26 Jahren. Rangel Major, der gesagt in angriefen Stollen in September 1969. Es war ein Arbeiten an einem modernen Infanterie-Antreigermann. ging auch an den Baggerfelden sei ein Bagger der Barbarossa, gewesen der Sowjetunion entfernt. 1930 war in April was ein Brazilians Commander an der Infantry Regiment Deuitschland die Spezialwaffen wir Panzer Position zu wollen die 3 Generalbataillon Regimenter der Lehrten an der Stadt. Diesen Führer 1990 war die Kommandantin des Bakers-St.John des Regiments Deuitschland GD der Spezialisten Infantry Regiment GD die Werk in ein Gastgegenstellen werden. Sein Truppen montiert in Auftrag der Werken des Reichsstück der ein eigenen Waffen-SS-Panzer an einen Kampf. Ja, bewahr's. Für sein Wehrdienst Bataillon Kommandier und der Kontrolle des internen Keiner. An November 1990 ist ein Eisenstamm Kreuz die Leadership. Kreuzweig, ja, präsentierte die von Adolph Hitler Personalist. Otto and Remer. Service the branch there not deal service 1932 to 45. Rank General Major was by the time of the attack on Poland in September 1939. He was an Oberleutnant in the motorized industry in company and went on to serve in the Balkans campaign as well as in Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union. By April 1942, he was a battalion commander. He joined in the infantry regiment Deuitschland in order to lead a special weapons, the 4 Panzer divisions, which supported the 3 rifle battalions of the elite regiment. By February 1943, he commanded the the battalion of the Grenadier Regiment Deuitschland, EGD, of the original infantry regiment, EGD, expanded to become full division. His troops mounted in half-tracks covered the territory of an entire Waffen-SS Corps during the fighting at Kharkov. He was afforded the Knight Cross for his service as a battalion commander, and in November 1943, he was awarded locally as the Knight Cross in the leadership of the Kursk, which was presented by Führer Adolf Hitler personally.
Sagte, Remer, was wissen Sie? Goebbels was really very pleased to see me. He was beaming. He said, Remer, what do you know about all this? What's going on here? What orders have you got? I said, Minister, I have come to you so that you can clarify the situation. Goebbels replied, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Hitler's alive. I've just spoken to him. I was so astonished that I said, please let me speak to the Führer. And this was done. On the other end of the line, Hitler said, Herr Remer, you see I am alive. I am Adolf Hitler. You recognize my voice. Now you believe I'm alive.
Ich lebe also. Ich bin Adolf Hitler. Hören Sie meine Stimme. Glauben Sie, dass ich lebe.
Ein Klavier für ein Führer. Das den Mann ist verantwortlich für die sich nach dem Vater Versuch gegen den Adolf Hitler Führer. Remer nicht so weit von der Macht an die Weihrang gegen zum Bestiel in diese Zeit des Mozart, geboren weniger als 100 Jahre. Das macht das Hassbare Reich, deren Sitz der Macht je.
Oh, there's something much more, something even lovers and fools believe, can believe in.
Now Remer was reprogrammed. He marched back to the War Ministry and arrested everyone he found. The plot collapsed. The wavering army returned to its post.
Vor Ort der definitivste Akt der Beethoven war in ein Brotwortflügel gesendet, der in von der Landenfabrik.
And everyone can sustain as much surely for any production of any piano in the home as much as it did when there was more in the 17th century.
Als u Beethoven dessen Ausfahrten sehen war, versus von Herrn Hitler. It was irony, and it landed three as born Klavier and the Zwillinge monarchy. I will say how much we hated your piano. Thank me, played of yours. It reminds me that Chopin, her boyfriend George said, well, not anyone would pay her. And I did not tell you that only became a house up the bank from the appreciation at the church cemetery ceiling. We will certainly not be buying from you again. So in Thiery ist das ein Amt von Alois Hitler und seine Familie in Lampa.
What do you know about all this? What's going on here? What orders have you got? I said, Minister, I have come to you so that you can clarify the situation.
Durch die 1897 ist die 8 Jahre Adolf Hitler nahm. Gesandt der Entsang in der Kirche in ein Chor, wo dreht lebt und in die Lied. A piano for the leader, piano for a leader. That's for the man Remer, responsible for finding the perpetrator conspirators of the plot against the Führer, Adolf Hitler.
Goebbels replied, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Hitler's alive. I've just spoken to him.
Greater desire to make it. I bid you good luck on your search. N.D.B.
I believe in love. How sweet. Without true love, we just can't exist. What's it all about?
is not really so far from the mass perpetration of all their Poles, for instance, to the time of Mozart, born less than 200 years before, that made the Habsburgic Empire whose the seat of power of Vienna, and the place that was the seat also of Beethoven, which abroad with grand piano being sent to him from the London factories a speak of little Beethoven, whose house that was in Vienna. That the plot against Adolph Adolf Hitler is some irony to the country Austria, where he was born.
I was so astonished that I said, "Please let me speak to the Führer."
People would not want it to be known how ignorance goes before a fall. And which former seat of the Habsburg monarchy? You will be going to the bank for it, that is for certain. Good luck, Führer. Wherein furthermore ironic is that the move of Alois Hitler, a Führer father Adolf Hitler, and his family, Louis family, to Lamberg, Austria, by which in 1897 is where the 80-year-old Hitler took singing lessons and sang in the church choir where he lived, studied, and in which he loved.
And this was done. On the other end of the line, Hitler said, "Herr Remer, you see I am alive. I am Adolf Hitler."
Any day. Palfee.
You recognize my voice.
Il messaggio dell'Adolph di Amburgo con la posta era. Quindi siamo stati in grado di risolvere la questione di Luca e la reglia se avessimo avuto più giustizia a Benito Mussolini da Bakers sull'Africa del Nord liberali. The message from Hamburg, Thiery, with the mail. Herr. Right, then we were always able to settle the question of Luca and the suitcase if we had more faith in Benito Mussolini to get it wrong about North Africa and Sidi Barani.
To even so much as measure. That has to be done to you, who are looking for something perhaps for your lounge. But my pianos are much more than that. I chose them to be the finest performing instruments. I don't know about the music that you make, and I never heard much of Chopin or Liszt. That's why I write my own. Fernando Ray signing off. Memories of Silberman.
maybe you'll need a prime minister like Miss Albert Einstein, who left plays the violin and talks about the relative dynamics. Then again, she's never paid for it as much as she did for nothing, don't she? We will not remember you and the good riddance. Indeed, I had a friend once called Luca. He was Italian and had one of the very old Citroen traction avant, produced from 1934 to 1957.
I said, Minister, I have come to you so that you can clarify the situation. Goebbels replied, they're trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Hitler's alive. I've just spoken to him. I was so astonished that I said, please let me speak to the Führer. And this was done. On the other end of the line, Hitler said, Herr Remer, you see I am alive. I am Adolf Hitler. You recognize my voice.
I always admired the boy, smartly dressed Italian, that there was every indication from his business genius that his brilliance would be mirrored in the shine of his car.
Now you believe I'm alive.
Ich lebe also. Ich bin Adolf Hitler. Hören Sie meine Stimme. Glauben Sie, dass ich lebe.
Der Angeklagte von Witzleben.
Ich lebe also.
Many of the plotters.
Ich bin Adolf Hitler. Hören Sie meine Stimme. Glauben Sie, dass ich lebe.
And everyone can sustain as much surely for any production of any piano in the home as much as it did when there was more in the 17th century.